Double sticking allows us to move smoothly and freely around the drum set and also create some interesting phrase ideas. It's been a part of drumming since the very beginning, but certainly is a part of contemporary drumming and the creation of various patterns on the drum set. Starting in the 1960s, drummers began to mix up their hands and their feet a little bit more. And we begin to hear drummers like Dave Garibaldi, a little bit later in the 70s, Steve Gadd, and many others sort of employ something that became known as linear drumming. The root word of linear is line. Certainly, this has been a part, as I say, of drumming early on. Baby Dodds used various sticking patterns, many others. But as we look at the idea of moving a line around the drum set, we can start with an example here, a very fundamental example of the utilization of a paradiddle and how a simple paradiddle sticking can be used around the drum kit to create some really interesting results. So if we start with the paradiddle, and I'll do this without snares. Now, if you notice, I'm trying not to use a lot of accent with this because we'll impose accent ideas later. So if we move it around the drum kit, we can then begin to move this between our hands and perhaps even add some ideas or some support with the feet. Now, if you notice, I put in some accents there to support the backbeat. We can increase the tempo of this, and just with a simple paradiddle, create some very interesting ideas. Now again, that is a paradiddle sticking mixed at the very end there with a few other stickings, but the idea there is that we take a line, a rhythmic line, a rhythmic sticking, and that we begin to voice it around the drum set. And this was a very fundamental example of how we begin to hear the utilization of linear phrasing, if you will, with drummers, as I say, like Dave Garibaldi, Steve Gadd, and many others.